Always a good day for an MP5, guys. You gotta slap it like a redheaded stepchild. All right, here we go. I'm gonna catch some hate for that, that's okay. Yes, sir, guys, welcome back. Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Okay, we're checking out a really cool piece of hardware. Now, Century is bringing these in now, and it's their AP5. Now, this particular one is a full-size MP5, so not a reverse stretch, not a K. This is your standard MP5. These are made by MKE in Turkey, and now they're being imported by Century. You guys are probably familiar with the Zeniths that we've done videos on before. You're familiar with MKE because we've done videos on these guns before. The primary difference is that Century's bringing them in now. So they're the primary importer of MKE now, or at least, you know, this type of lineup. And man, these guns have always impressed me. I love them a lot. They're great. There's a lot of awesome features that go into these guns that are just awesome. You do get a nice hard shell case, a cleaning kit, a sling. You do get a scope mount. I've opted to leave this one with just irons. I want to mention too, the gun comes with just an end cap, so you don't get a brace on this particular gun. We threw our SB Tactical brace on here, and this is a Manicore brace adapter. So we've got a folding brace on this particular unit just to make it a little easier to shoot for us here. I love the slim handguard on this. Really, really cool. I know like the railed ones are great, and like the PTRs do come with a, you know, a nice M-lock handguard and everything. It does get pretty hot. That's certainly a nice option, but I do love the slim profile with a fore-end on this thing. Of course, there's Magpul furniture and stuff like that out there too. You guys might recall we've done a video showcasing some of the new MP5 furniture from Magpul, so that's an option for some of you in terms of furniture. This one is set up as a semi-auto. They come semi-auto, of course. It is set up 1/2x28 and as a tri-lug, so you have a lot of flexibility for mounting accessories and things. The muzzle device that comes on this thing is a really wicked setup, really interesting. We pulled the muzzle device off and added a Silencer Co. Omega 9K suppressor. One thing about the MP5 is they suppress so nice because of the delayed roller blowback operation and because of the sight height. You can get a heck of a lot of volume in a suppressor on one of these if you want, because the sight's clear so well over the bore axis. The trigger on this gun is quite nice. The packs on these are actually pinned packs. Okay, so you don't have that clipped and pinned lower like you see on some things. This gun not only has the aesthetic of a real deal MP5, but also the functionality. But they're just a great build quality, you know, really good MP5. I have to admit, I am a little bit confused about the price increase though. You know, now that Century's bringing them in, they are, you know, a good bit more money than what they used to be. Now granted, these are fantastic guns. If you're familiar with the MKE as a brand in terms of a manufacturer, you know, the MKEs use German machinery. Okay, so I mean, they are produced in Turkey with German machinery, and they're very high quality units. Now that was a surplus German magazine that we used there in the intro. I've got a couple of different magazines. Now the font on the magazine is slightly different on the new ones. So these new MKEs have a slightly different look to them. This is the old one that came with my old Zenith. So let's try my old magazine, then we'll try the new one, even though it's probably just the font. But just for completion's sake here, let's give it a try. All right, have some fun. Okay. All right, that was our old MKE. All right, the gun ships with 2 magazines. So here are the mags that came with the gun, with a slightly different MKE logo. The ammunition that we're running is Red Army standard 115 grain ammunition. It's also worth noting Century does make or produce or bring in that particular ammo as well. Century did send this gun out to us to have a look at for you guys and to give our thoughts on. You know, they know we're familiar with the Zeniths because we've done a lot of work with those back in the day. It's really the same gun. I don't really feel or see any major quality difference. It's not like it's a lesser quality gun. It's the same gun. It's just Century's bringing them in. All right, let's try it. Here's the mag that came with it. This thing purrs like a kitten with a suppressor on it. And man, I've always loved the way that MP5 suppresses. All right, have some fun here. Look at those headshots. This thing is so accurate. Okay, so the two mags that ship with the gun are working just fine. All right. So what are some of the cons of the MP5 versus the pros, right? Because a lot of people look at the MP5 as this crazy mythical type of thing, and it's got this cult following, right? So why is the MP5 good? I mean, has anybody ever kind of stopped to think about why we love this gun so much? I mean, you got to think it's 1960s technology. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat these days when it comes to a PCC. So like, why would somebody buy an MP5? I guess the real question is, it's a nostalgia thing. I mean, it is still a usable and superior platform to a lot of different things that are out there. As long as you can get past the manual of arms, you don't get the last round bolt, lock open on the last round on the magazine. So you do have to manually lock the, charging handle up into the rear. It's a slightly different manual of arms. The safety by some standards would be located in a very strange configuration. Maybe if you don't have huge hands, but of course people like Magpul are doing their aftermarket safety with the very much improved angle for the throw of the safety. So there's a lot of things like that, tiny ergonomic things that have been gotten around in today's world. So the MP5 is a great gun. It can be a little bit of a chore to deal with sometimes though, as they wear out rollers and springs and extractors. Your extractor tension has to be perfect. The roller spec and the bolt gap spec has to be perfect. So there's lots of little tiny intricacies. Remember, it's a German engineered thing. So I love you Germans out there that watch the channel, but y'all over-engineer the heck out of stuff, okay? You know who you are. I know you do it, all right? And it's okay though, because these are fantastic guns and they do represent a really interesting niche kind of thing when it comes to 9mm. And as a machine gun, shooting these things in full cyclic rate, they are absolutely the most controllable machine guns you could ever ask for. They're easy to shoot, and as you can see, they're very accurate and semi-automatic. All right, we're gonna have a little bit more fun. All right, these are surplus German magazines. These are probably about 30 years old, in that ballpark. All right, give it a try. Good stuff. Right. See, all right, so I went to engage the baddie over there on the right and I had an empty chamber. So see, I just got to be able to count to 30 really fast while I'm shooting, just keep count. So I know, so that's one tiny thing, you you might be fighting with an empty gun and not know it, right? See, I could have spent that time reloading. If I felt that bolt lock to the rear, I'd be reaching for another mag and I'd be correcting my empty gun. But no, I just dropped on an empty chamber and that bad guy might have got me, right? So just a tiny thing to think about. Or you just shoot it as a machine gun and when it's empty and you just know. All right, have a little fun here. Yes, sir. Yep, did it again. Look at that, he got me. Wow, accurate, okay. A few takeaways. Accuracy. This is definitely an accurate setup. My K, I have an MKE produced Zenith K, which is the same gun as this, but in a K configuration. And look, it's one of the best MP5s I've ever owned, and I really like it. And I would say the accuracy is pretty stellar for a K. I mean, it is a short barrel, but there is certainly something to be said about this longer barrel. It's very rigid because of the way the gas system is designed. Well, not the gas system, but the way that the sight hood and the block and all of this stuff is assembled. I think it kind of helps with like the overall rigidity. And you combine that with that delayed roll or blowback, and it just translates to some awesome accuracy, right? Because that gun stays locked in the firing cycle a lot longer, and as that bullet's leaving the barrel, it unlocks. So you get almost a bolt action-like accuracy. Maybe not bolt action, that might be taking a step too far, but you don't get the pitchiness when it's suppressed quite as much. So they suppress better because of the delayed roll or blowback action. You get better accuracy. So there are some pros and cons to the MP5. Maybe we laid those out here in today's video. And this has been a look at the AP5, definitely a nice MP5 that Century's bringing in. If you're in the market for an MP5, it's pretty hard to beat something like this. They do represent a certain price point, definitely a high price point, but if you've got to have, you know, the closest thing to the genuine article, this is certainly something worth looking at. Really clean looking welds, nice looking finish. It looks really solid. Good stuff. All right, one last mag, let you get back to it. And we're running steel case and it's running great. Sometimes MP5s don't tend to like steel case ammo, so it's nice to know it'll eat this stuff as well. All right, I'm gonna fire one more mag here. This has just been too much fun. I can't believe I'm allowed to have this much fun. Actually, I take that back. It could be more fun when we drop a machine gun pack in it. We might do that later. All right. I missed the one dude, and I was supposed to go for the head there on the last shot, and I missed. All right, good stuff. Boy, she's running like a top. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. We're trying to give you an idea of what this gun can do. I regret that I don't have a lot of defensive ammunition to try out in this gun today. I would like to try some hollow points. You know, some guns can be a little finicky with certain types of ammo, certain bullet profiles, but suffice it to say, this is definitely worthy of, you know, the MP5 name. I mean, it's just a great setup. I definitely want to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters, those of you who purchase man cans, those of you who purchase t-shirts over on Ballistic Ink. Thank you so much for believing in what we do and supporting us. It means a lot to me. Have a great day. Many more videos on the way. We are filming like crazy madmen. We got so much going on, and we appreciate you sticking in till the end here with us today. Have a good one. See you next time.